If you are a Liverpool fan, you're likely just numb to injuries at this point. And that goes for every Premier League club. I mean, every club is struggling with injuries right now. Hell, look at Christopher Nkunku, who signed for Chelsea, it seems like 10 years ago, hasn't played a single game yet. But for Liverpool, it seems that the injuries have started to stack up really recently, starting with Andy Robertson being sidelined for a few months with that shoulder dislocation and surgery, followed by Diogo Jota, as well as Thiago, who has been out for a long time. Today, I wanted to look at the latest news surrounding Liverpool injuries, mainly the ones we saw at the weekend with Ryan Gravenberch, of course, a few weeks ago with McAllister, updates on Diogo Jota, and also looking at the breaking news surrounding Liverpool young Scotsman Ben Doak. If you're new to the channel and you get something out of these videos, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe if you so desire. Now, let's get into this news. I want to start with Ryan Gravenberch because it is good news. Ryan Gravenberch went off in the Man United game with what seemed to be kind of a muscle strain. He was kind of shaking his head, kind of upset with it. But the good news is that this is just DOMS, and for those of you who don't know what that is, it stands for delayed onset muscle soreness. Now, using DOMS in a way that I'm not familiar with, delayed onset muscle soreness usually just means you have a heavy lift or something, and then you're sore 2 days later. The way they talk about it here is that he had a scan and they determined it was DOMS. That simply means they did a scan and there was nothing there. Now, in terms of Alexis McAllister and Diogo Jota, okay, they're both continuing their recoveries. Alexis is progressing well, said Pep Linders. He doesn't have pain anymore, which is a good thing. It was worse than we first thought, but he is progressing well, no pain. Let's see if we can progress him. Said progress about 8,000 times. However, we do know that it was strictly down to pain. That's why he left. He got the injury in the first half of that match and aggravated it in the second half, which ultimately led to McAllister coming off. It wasn't a structural injury. It hurts him to play through it. So Alexis McAllister is well on his way. The good news with Diogo Jota is that he's back doing ball work on the pitch. So he's getting even closer to coming back. Poor Diogo Jota has struggled with injuries every season since he's gotten to Liverpool Football Club. And most of the injuries have been long-term injuries, a few months at least. But this being a hamstring injury means you have to be careful because they are very easily re-aggravated again. So hopefully Jota can be back in due time, hopefully sooner rather than later. The big news is Ben Doak. Now, I do understand that Ben Doak hasn't really played a crucial role for Liverpool Football Club this season. However, he is a young starlet, a young, promising talent that Liverpool have in their squad. Being 18 years old and seeing him make 5 appearances for the club this season in Europe, and I don't know if he played in the Premier League or not, I can't remember. It's a very promising thing, and unfortunately, Ben Doak has torn his meniscus, and this requires surgery, likely being out for several months. One thing I can say about this injury, it's his lateral meniscus, meaning that there was pressure put on the outside of his knee, but it usually happens from the knee bending inwards. We actually could have been very fortunate with this one, because a lot of times that valgus stress, or the stress of the knee bending inwards, can put stress on the ACL, and that would have been much worse than a meniscus tear. However, it is still a bad injury, and Liverpool are going to be without Ben Doak for a long time. The injuries will never stop as long as football players play year-round, 3 times a week, and do not get any rest. These guys are constantly playing their sport. These guys are playing in high-intensity competitive matches year-round, and until that is shortened, the duration of the season or the intensity, whatever they decide to do, we're going to continue to see injuries, guys. If you did get anything out of this video, feel free to leave your comment saying what you got out of it and like the video if you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos of this nature. Appreciate you guys tuning in, and until next time, Reds, take care.